Yeah, you know you're at the right place when it looks like this, when you're looking for what I'm looking for. This place is called Piedmont Fasteners, not a sponsor, in Troutman, North Carolina. And this is the getting spot for stuff you can't get anywhere else. So let's start with the easy stuff, the roll pin. This roll pin is very greatly collapsed, and I'm going to pull out my shaft here, and okay. So here's the old roll pin, and that's a 1/4 inch hole right there, and you can see that's wobbly, and you can so I thought that could possibly work, but it's not possible. Here's a brand new 1/4 inch roll pin, and that is just far better. Now this is hardened steel, and they have a way of measuring it in there, the Mohs scale that you put between your eyes, like on the old Furniture on the Mend show, or Rockwell scale. Now, if you get hardened steel, you're going to be working at the thing, trying to drill holes and whatnot. So, let me show you what they had in stock. He went right around the corner and just came out with this thing. There it is. Can you believe it? 3/4. It's called, a dowel pin. And apparently this is common material. I would not have thought that, but I didn't know. So this is hardened. He said that you could get, and you see the rounded ends. He said that has something to do with it. But anyway, I gotta go bust out the old drill press, because I had to get a carbide tip from Drill Co. Gotta like anything with a name like carbide tip 1/4 inch drill, so I can drill this hole here. And so the way you do this is you got to kind of cut a flat right here so you can get the drill to go through it. And he said this will work, and it's got the little blue tip on it, so you know it's good. And he said, I said, I got a lot of drill bits, but I want to do this right, and not sit there and suffer all day and have to come back for something. So there it is. There's everything that I hope I need here. And so good golly, unbelievably lucky. So the day's starting out well. And he just said keep it cool and dry with some cool and wet, not cool and dry, cool and wet with some WD-40 or some Top Tap or whatever they call that stuff in Canada. Just keep it lubricated. And he said don't try to go all the way through on the first shot. Get it started, take your time, cool it off, and just keep nipping at it till you get there. So let's see what we got when we get home. Don't see many of those, do you? I'll tell you another little secret about when you come to a place like that. Carry one of these in your pocket where they can see it. your fractional micrometer. They said, "Whoa, got a fractional micrometer." So they notice things like that. And besides my general demeanor of just looking like I know something. Anyway, that's sort of a joke, but they did notice that, and they were somewhat envious. They don't seem to have a tool like that in there. It's kind of surprising, but they don't really need it. They have all kind of other ways of gauging, and most of the guys in there, they just look at it and they can tell you what it is. And I just saw a guy pick up a bolt. The guy handed, says, "Oh, an M6. Do you want an M6 or an M8? Do you want a star head, or do you want Allen head, and you want flat, or do you want domed?" I mean, these guys, man, they know. Now, I've stumped them a couple of times on stuff, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare indeed. Let's go down there and see what I can do with this thing. Luckily, I found this Christmas present from a long time ago. You know who you are. Appreciate that. So that'll help steadify my filming a little bit. Alright, let's see if I can get this in frame the way I want it, so you can see what the plan is here. So the plan is here. Well, I got my feeler gauges out that I keep WD-40'd. Here's the old shaft. Here's the new shaft. Let's just see how these work. Okay, so there's that one. Not very much. So here's this one. very much. So made the right call there and got lucky doing it. So let's do this one. Tolerable, and I got some assembly lube. It's not just for Pontiac 389s anymore. And let's see, so let's put this over here, and we got this. Okay, I think I'm going to be ahead there. What do you reckon? And so I've got to set up my drill press to get this high carbon steel thing out working. Thing of beauty, isn't it? Looks just like me. USA, 1/4 inch. Just leave that stuff on there, I guess, and get the WD-40 ready. The water displacement 40 ready for the drill press. So my drill press is over there. So let me bring it over here somehow and keep it away from here so the filings will go. Oh, I didn't do this. The shavings, the swarth. Well, little interesting. Okay, let's just use the wooden part of this. Make sure that goes. Yeah, it goes in how, don't it? Check that out. Pretty tight, but I'll take it. Okay. Okay, I think. Boy, that's happy tidings, a glad tidings. What does Mick say? A joyful Noel. Okay, so I'm going to assemble this, and then I'll probably do that first, and then I'm going to measure how much slop I got in it, and then I'm going to figure out how many shims I need, and then and make sure there was nothing there. There was no washers there on this back one. So let's assemble with nothing. I guess you can watch that if you want to. So there's that. And we're going to leave this crusty old shim out of here. I may hang that up with that seal that's made out of leather. Okay. And so there's nothing there. Okay. And then, now the way you do this is you have to get these things perfectly diametrically opposed, I believe is the phrase we're looking for. Okay, so we got that there, and that there. We're not going to put the thrust washers in there, I don't guess. You think I should? Maybe I should. That might throw off my other. Oh no! Where did it go? Oh, it just fell through. Okay. Okay, so we're going to hold this onto the bottom one. It's not really called a shim, it's called a thrust washer, and those look fine. So, you think those would take more of a beating because they spin more. Well, they don't want to stay, do they? Okay, so then they say you take, luckily my pinkies are bent. So, I must be off a tooth. Okay. I guess that's possible, huh? Well, actually that does look a little better. Okay. What did she call that? There was a doctor I had that told me what that bent finger thing is, but I don't remember. Guess I could look it up if I really cared. Alright, alright. I think that's it right there. So we're going to put this in. Okay, whoa, got that pretty quick. We don't want to get too forceful here, but it doesn't seem like, well, that's going to work. Is what that seems like. Seems like it's not going to. Easy, tiger, now. Don't want to mushroom the end of it. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, well, let me get it together. We'll talk about this in a little while. Well, the sides that these are on matters. So I had to switch the smaller gears around, and then it was fine. So just give her a little tappy. You can probably see it coming through that side. And okay, so that's good enough. And so now we got the gears spinning, and we got this massive amount of mess in here. Now I guess I could get a dial gauge in that somehow. So we got slop on both sides. Dang, that's a lot. So you only get one side to measure. God, if I had to guess, I don't know. I'm just going to put a washer in there. Now the thrust washers are in the smaller gear. So let's see what I got on this side. That is good gosh, that's a lot. Okay. So that's 20. Let's go up to the maximum on this thing. Well, if I could get it apart. Okay, there we go. So that's 30 thousandths. And that's fits in there with ease. Oh, golly. Let's just see what this side is. This is going to be, that'll be 58 thousandths. And that goes in there with relative ease. I don't think we're going to do much more than that, but that answers some questions, doesn't it? So if that feels like that, and that feels like that, you got about the same. Okay, well, let me disassemble. 58 thousandths. Good gosh, is that right? Oh, and I looked everywhere, and I don't see any data on this other than just have your thrust washers in there. Okay, just sounds terrible. Put all that dirt back in there, maybe it'd be better. Okay, let me go get some shims. Okay, let's see what I end up doing here. I have all of these shims to take up what I need, and so I'm going to see what the thickest one is. They're the two thick ones. I think I would rather just have one shim there. Like I say, I haven't got anything for the small ones. Let's see what these end up being. And 30. Okay, so together we come to there. So let's just try with the two biggest ones and get ourselves a start. This is not hard to take apart, put back together again, and all that other stuff. So the other shims are, some are very, very thin. I would not use the very, very thin ones, seeing what I saw earlier. So let's put those in there and see what we got, see if it helps any. So I'm just going to do one of these on each side of the large gears, just like this. Just like that, see? Let's just try to put it together. Now the one with the white marks on it is the one that goes here. Okay. And I have to take it apart again anyway to get it to lubricate it. Okay. Let's do it like that. And then we'll do it like this. And you know, if you don't have these thrust washers back there, you're going to get a false reading. Okay. Well, it feels better. I can tell you the gear feels better already. Okay. And so thrust washer and all this together. So if I need to do a weeble wobble, I will. It was kind of surprising that the gears are sensitive to which side they're on, but I guess that makes sense, and for whatever their reasons are. Okay, and let's get that. Okay, come come on. There you go. Okay. So we got that going. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. Okay, now that goes in there. All right, now we're back together. Let's just give her a little. And I would go all the way in to make sure you got the flesh on each side going there. That's a darn sight better. Yeah, because if you remember the other day when I did this, it was sort of chalky. It's still got quite a bit of play in there on both sides. So I'm going to get the next two biggest ones and put in there, and then we're going to start machining on this thing. Now remember, you not only got to drill the hole, you got to make these relief cuts to get oil up in there. Okay? I hope that's going to be easy, but we'll see. Okay. So assembly fluid will be much later. I don't want to leave it there so I'll see it. Okay, so let's find the next two largest of these, and then, we'll see. We'll do it again in a second. Okay, I'm through with this portion of setup, and I can tell you that's better. It's the play in there is just a little bit, enough to let a little oil through. These small gears don't seem to move so much, and that's just got a little bit of play. So I guess that's what we're going for here. And all right then, I feel good about that. So luckily I had all these shims to deal with this. Okay, I know that's quite a bit bigger, but I can't get one, so I'm going to deal with what I got. Sounds a lot better, feels a lot better. I'm very, very pleased with that. All right, now I got to go set up for machining of the dowel pin. This is about the best I can do. I've looked up at my chart, and it says hard steel. And if you're the thicker, the slower. And this is as slow as it goes at 620 revolutions. And okay, I hadn't used this thing in a long time, but hard to tell, huh? So I've done my setup best I can. 8th grade shot paid off, I guess. And we are ready to roll. I have eyeballed about best I can. A micrometer will do you no good here. So there's a little bit of WD on the tip of the flute bit, or whatever you want to call it, drill bit, twist drill. And I've got it, I've compared it to the other one the best I can. Now the good part is there's a whole lot of body in the carrier. So, but anyway, I've got my wood bits here. I've got 3 C-clamps, and there's that and that and that, and it looks like I'm clear for takeoff here. Now I am going to be really concentrating on this, so just wish me luck. I'm not going to set up a tripod or anything. I'm just drilling a hole. So I got everything ready. I tried to do this the best I can. And I'll tell you, I'm going to put this in with no gears in it until I get it to fit. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, let's go back over here right now. Y'all leave me alone, okay? After you subscribe. All right. Okay, I take it back. This is kind of fun. You can see I got my dimple going there. So I'll just bring in. Smoky's no good. Alright, I just wanted you to see that checking and double checking, and I've got a good start on it, so we're just going to Take your time. Keep your hair stuff off the floor. It's not good. Okay. Looks like it may work. I don't know. It's been 20 minutes or more. I'm not going to have to worry about this shiffer robe rusting. It's completely doused with, ooh, what's on my, what was that? I think a spider landed on me. Let me show you where we are here. So it took a while. See all the shavings? Ooh. So I think we're almost through. It's smoking on the bottom. That's usually a sign. So this is 3/4 of an inch, and that's how far I've gotten down in there. So I think I'm about there, and then we'll see. We're going to use the old roll pin and see how close I got. And then if it doesn't work, then I'll very carefully ream this thing out on the carrier. But that's kind of a dangerous endeavor. But you got to, if you do that, you better go slow. So it looks like I'm pretty straight. So it's really, really nerve-wracking. And if I'm going to just put you back over here. We're through, okay? It took a while and a lot of angst and stuff like that, but I think we did it. What a setup, huh? Let's make sure I got it. It might be a little bit to the right, but that's a good start. I don't know. You could measure that all you want, and you just don't know. So let's not drop it now on top of everything else. It might slickety. So, whew. So I'll get the grinder, and I'll cut my oil ways now. Might as well while it's dirty, huh? Well, the old Delta 8-inch press just barely swung it. It's not rated to 3/4 at this mess. It's only rated up to a half. But I'm glad I had it. And I don't know. What do you think? I think that's fairly good. Okay, let's put this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Put it in the vise and get the grinder and go at it that way. So it don't matter if it gets dirty now, does it? Okay. Well, grinder to sminder. You'll see in a minute. All right. I don't know about this hole yet, but I'm liking it. It looks as good as that hole. So now I got to cut the first of the 4 oiling channels, I guess you call them. And so we're going to start right about here, and we're going to just go to the tape. Put the tape in there, not make anything worse than it already is. So, okay, let me get an eyeball on that. And there's the grinder all set to go. Okay, well, let's get all our safety stuff on. And I don't mean squints either. I mean safety equipment. These grinders things are dangerous. Where to put all that stuff? Oh, there it is. Got a little ways more to go. Let's give you an action shot here. Once again, the trick here is keep cool. Don't let it get too hot. Well, it's not hot at all. So, well, that's some stuff there. All right, let me. Okay, all right, you got the gist of that, huh? Okay, that's 2 oil ways. They don't have to be perfect. More or less 180 degrees away from each other. So let me see what happens here. Curious? Oh, I gotta change these bolts too. Well, whichever way you want to go. All right, let me get this in here, and I'll check. I'm gonna use this one here first and see if it goes in. And if it goes in easy, I imagine the other one will go in easy. I don't know. We'll find out here in a minute. Well, see, I'll get the tripod. so I'm going to let you see this in real time here. And where's my little hammer? Oh, I know where it is. All right, I'll show you this stuff in real time, and we're going to see how this goes now, okay? Well, ain't going too good, is it? Might still be kind of warm. I deburred it. It's not catching me anywhere. Well, let's go with it this way. It seems to be a little sensitive sometimes. There you go. Kaboink. Let's see where the hole is. Okay, let's see if I can line that up. Okay, I see a lot of space there. Let's put this old one in there. If I can not drop it a bunch. Okay, it looks like clear sailing there. Yeah, I think I'd be wise to run the drill bit, the fancy drill bit through this and just clean it out. So let's do that. Okay, hang on. Well, it didn't go in one way, so I pushed the shaft out and rotated it. Sometimes in machine world that'll work. It worked. So there you go. And then mark these so when you put it back together, you can get things right. Okay, I'm ready for assembly now, and I need to charge up my brake clean thing, and we will. There you go. Purdy, huh? Okay. All right, I got her now, I hope. Of course, I hadn't driven her yet, have I? Well, I guess I'm kind of driving something, aren't I? So I got good feelings about the new roll pin. And see, that comes out with relative ease once you get vice grips on it. See, that ain't too bad. See, it's just sort of like that. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I probably will do now before I assemble it. I'm going to change these bolts right here. I could probably just do that right here. So let's just do those while we're at it. It's nice and clean. Let's move all this stuff over here. Keep all our parts together and change these into the stainless steel. Want to? Well, I want to. Okay, appreciate you sticking with me through all this. It's been really something, hasn't it? There I was having a big old wonderful day. Gonna change these out. See how nice and deep that is to there? Yeah, not to there, because that bolt's broken off down in there. Well, that's part of it, I guess. I don't know if you can see it, but you only got about 4 threads, and then you got a bunch of threads there. So I gotta get that out of there if I can do her. Oh, I don't know about these things sometimes. I don't know if I saved that bolt in the hardware over here. I didn't even think that could have happened. I don't know where the old hardware is, but obviously it's busted. So I've got to get that bit out of there. Oh, okay. Well, we may end this video on a high note, but I don't want to put the spider gears in there until I get all these changed out. Now, there they are, except for that right there. Well, no time like the present, huh? And this one's acting funny here. It's acting sideways. I think I'll just take it on out. Well, this is the old trick where you get your drill bit and you measure to about there, and you get your flag on your drill bit, and then I've already got a start in there, and I need both hands because I have to cradle this when I'm doing it. But this is the technique, and I don't know if I'm going to get deep enough to use my fancy contrivance down here to get that thing out, but I'm going to try, and if I can't get it off, I'll just put some Loctite. This is a old Blue Point thing. Comes with the drill bits and everything. I actually think it's over here, the thing you need. I don't remember what those do. Yeah, and then you put that on there and you hammer it in and you hope for the best, and we'll see. Just I feel nervy having this thing at an angle, so let me get back to it. Wish me luck again, and hope that none of the other ones are busted off like that. I don't know, it busted off and backed out, it looks like. Try not to hit the threads. Alright, I've drilled it a quarter. I actually ended up using that drill bit I bought to do the other thing through the shaft. And I've hammered in my fluted thing. Got my little contrivance on the end of this. And let's see if this... Whoa! Well, I don't know. You better be careful drilling into this stuff. It can't be but 3 or 4 threads. Put a little heat on it. Oh, don't ever point that towards anything flammable. That's just one of my habits. Well, welly. It ain't out of there yet, but oh gosh. Will it rise up? There it is. Well, that's another plus for this tool, because I've used this several times. Number 1020 Blue Point screw extractor set. And there you have it. I didn't drill through it either. I didn't get it exactly straight, but I got it out. Curious, ain't it? It looks like, I mean, it was in there. Looks like the bolt hit that sideways or something. Well, this thing's been through mortal hell, hadn't it? Alright, well, let's finish this up and get the spiders in. Call it a day, for corn sakes. Well, this is going to be the final shot, I hope. And I'm just going to let it roll. And we're just going to go, we're going in, okay? So, let's see. This is the one that goes, let's get myself up a little bit here. There you go, so everything will stay into place. So there's my Lucas Jucus there. And I've brake cleaned everything. I've got those bolts on to the proper spec and torque. And I'm just going to put a couple of drizzle drazzles there. Stringy stuff, ain't it? Alright, and then we're going to put that in there. Aren't we? Okay, alright. Now the assembly lube will kind of help things stay together. Okay, so we're going to work that around. And here's my other large gear. Okay, a little dribble drabble. I guess I might want to have a little action there, huh? Okay. Okay, so they're the big dogs there. Well, that feels nice. Okay. Okay, so now we got these thrust washers. Everything's cleaned. So a little bit of this on here will help. These things will really want to slide out on you. So that'll be good. And a little bit there. A little bit there, huh? So this is the one that goes down here, I think. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do both of these. Because I put a mark on that one. Okay, so this one goes on the top. We'll see how right I am in a minute. Okay. Or how wrong I am. Alright. Be sure to like and subscribe. Got a couple of subscribers today. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, so that ought to help hold all of that together. Now you put your, see, I got bent pinky. See, I hadn't shown that in a long time. That might be on Odyssey somewhere. My old stuff, oh, I saw it slip down. All my old stuff's on Odyssey with Corvettes and stuff, if you want to see that, and other think how to make decoys, the whole thing. So whatever's a residual on your hands. So there's a mark here, and there's the mark there, and that's the way everything slid together nicely. Okay, so let's get in there. There you go. Wow. How nice, huh? Now, let's spin that around some. Boy, that feels good. Hear that? Sounds like gears meshing, don't it? What a shocker. Okay, now I'm going to get some of that locking stuff, this 680, and get my new pin. Okay, I'm talking but you can't see, right? So there's my new pin with some 680 on it. Okay, let's make sure the old pin is up there, not confuse anything. And let's get, where's that driver I had? There it is, it's hiding back there. So go ahead and get that in there and get it to where you think it needs to be. Okay, alright, let's just drive that in there and centralize everything. And then we get that out, okay. And then we go in with this bad little mamma jamma there. And we'll use this to make sure it seats in there. Well, it's nice and tight. Oops. And she's down in. She's down in and tight. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a pretty good carrier and stuff going on there. There's that going for us. And that's good. There's a little bit of play. Like I said, there's nothing on those. That'll do. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll get into the other stuff tomorrow. It's too late now. I got a fresh bottle of brandy. And first I'm going to make a nice hot soup of some kind with some leeks and artichoke hearts, and maybe slice up a couple of olives and some kale and some Brussels sprouts. I eat like that, I really do. I really don't eat junk. So I had a really nice cod sandwich for lunch today. Like real cod, not like the fish sticks kind of stuff. Real cod. Alright, well, the Christmas lights are coming on at the house. So let's go in. It's a beautiful day. It's my kind of day. Alright, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Y'all have a pleasant day. Oh, no battery anyway. 8 seconds of battery. 3, 2...